Welcome, kindred spirits. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I am Donna Gaudette, and you are listening to Healing Our Kindred Spirits podcast. There's something about this time of year that feels different, isn't it? Almost like the world is taking a quiet breath and beginning again. And right now, we're being held in the energy of the April full moon, often called the pink moon. And along with that, we today is Wednesday, April 1st, and we had the launch of Artemis 2 today to the moon. So that's kind of exciting as well. Can you imagine the sight that they saw or will see from the spaceship? That is just absolutely amazing. But the pink moon is not only pink because it actually turns pink, but because of the soft wildflowers that begin to bloom this time of year. It's those tiny, resilient blossoms that push their way through the soil after a very long winter, reminding us that growth doesn't rush, but it unfolds. And I think that's something we all need to hear. So let's get started. The pink moon has been named and honored for generations with roots in Native American traditions and early farmers' calendars. It marks the arrival of spring. It's a time of renewal, awakening, and even quiet transformation. This moon carries the energy of emerging, not forcing, not striving, but emerging. And if you've been feeling a little off lately, a little tired, maybe even unmotivated or stuck, you're not alone. I feel you. I have been stuck in this rut, in the same groove for weeks now, if not months. And I'm ready to climb out of this. How about you? Because just like Earth, we don't instantly bloom the moment spring arrives. There's a period of thawing, isn't it? Of softening, of slowly coming back to life. So the moon isn't asking you to have it all figured out. It's not asking you to suddenly become productive or inspired. Instead, it's gently asking, what is ready to grow within you? Even if it's just the smallest beginning. Maybe that looks like a thought you've been circling around. Maybe a creative idea that keeps tapping at your heart. Or maybe the simple desire to feel a little lighter than you did yesterday. And that's enough. Truly, 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 that's enough. Little bite sized pieces. Because if we try to take on too much, what happens? I know I become very overwhelmed. And when I become overwhelmed, I shut down. And when that happens, nothing gets done. So the pink moon also has a way of bringing things to the surface. And that could be old emotions, memories, patterns. It's not meant to overwhelm you, but to release what no longer begins in this next version of your life. And I know that can feel heavy, but there's something very sacred about it because you can't fully bloom while carrying the weight of what you've outgrown. So if you find yourself feeling emotional during this time, please don't judge it. Just sit with it. Let it move through you, just like the tide responding to the moon. Just let it come in and go back out. So tonight, or whenever you feel called, whether you're listening to this during the full moon or at any other time of the year, step outside if you can and look up at the moon, or simply close your eyes and imagine it and ask yourself, what am I ready to let go of? And what am I quietly ready to welcome in? There's no right answer, just awareness. And to give you a little exercise to do, I used to do this when I used to facilitate a women's group, um, about maybe 17 years ago. We would have during the bigger full moons, we would have a spirit fire gathering, and everyone would bring something that they needed to release into the fire, whether it was a physical item, whether it was something written on a piece of paper, or just manifesting it in their mind to imagine tossing it into the fire. And we would stand in a circle around the fire, and one by one, everyone would have an opportunity to release what they wanted to let go of. And I can't tell you how empowering and affirming and enlightening that was to so many of us, myself included. And we continued to do that during every big full moon, whether it was the pink moon, the harvest moon, the hunter's moon, whatever moon that it was, we always gathered. And it was just so powerful because when you can find people who are like you, that are like-minded, you found your tribe and you need to embrace that. So if you have something that you need to release, whether you can do a fire yourself at home or maybe a small tabletop fire safe container to be able to release something that you need to release in a safe way, of course, try that. Maybe you need to release the emotions from someone in your life that you no longer feel connected to. What about if you wrote them a letter and instead of giving it to them, you burn it and then bury it? Because that's also releasing as well. There's so many things that are therapeutic. So, and if you'd like to go a little deeper into this energy, I've created a companion guided mindfulness meditation specifically for the April pink moon. And it's a gentle space where you can release what feels heavy and reconnect with your own sense of peace and possibility. And you can find that meditation as a separate episode, either right before this one or right after it. And whenever you feel ready, it will be there for you. So before we close today, I just want to remind you of something. Growth doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes growth looks like resting, like feeling, like simply not giving up on yourself. You are allowed to bloom slowly. You are allowed to begin again as many times as you need, as many times as you need. So thank you for sitting with me today, for sharing this moment, for honoring where you are. And as we move through this pink moon together, and even though the moon only lasts a few days to full moon, the energy is still there before and after. So may you feel supported. May you feel safe to grow. And may you trust that something beautiful is already unfolding within you. So until next time, take care of yourself and be gentle with your heart. And remember, you are never too much, and you are always, always enough. Thank you.